Yes, campaign. But another important issue is that for the first time in AK Parti's history, President Erdogan's history as well, the party lost majority in big cities, especially in Istanbul. Istanbul is a city where President Erdogan used to be a mayor for, as well, so it was highly emphasized the importance of these cities. Having voted for AK Party was heavily emphasized in the past, and people I've spoken to within the AK Party circles recently have been saying how worried they are also about the loss of these big cities. But this narrow margin has also another effect, which is if the margin was much wider, we could have thought that it would give President Erdogan more confidence and security, and then he might sort to calm the political tension more politically and also mend relations with outer world, with Europe and the US. But a narrow margin might have led him to think that he continues to need political tension inside the country in order to divide his opposition and also claim votes from the nationalist camp and other camps, because he is also a better manager of crises than his rivals. And that's probably why in his second speech after the referendum he talked about bringing back the death penalty, and also mentioned later that Turkey might have a plebiscite on EU membership, so they can decide whether they would like to continue candidate member for EU, so possibility of Brexit. And also he talked about cross-border operations. He said the Euphrates Shield operation, which is an operation into Syria, which culminated in capturing of Al-Bab in northern Syria, is our first operation, rather than, it's not our first operation, and we will continue to carry out similar operations. All three messages are potentially controversial. So it shows that he will continue boosting tension inside the country. And also, this is a victory of President Erdogan against his allies, as well as against his enemies. He had enough power to crush his enemies, be it Gülenists or the Kurdish movement or others, but he was facing a silent but considerable challenge within his own party. You might have noticed, close observers of Turkey might have noticed that President Erdogan, AK Party used to be a broader church, with liberals, other right-wingers, secularists also being in the party. And also the party had so many heavyweights in the past. Former President Abdullah Gül, former Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoğlu, other ministers, Beşir Atalay or Sadık Ergün, so many, it was a party of so many heavyweights. And if you look at the party today, you see almost no heavyweights that can in any way counter or balance President Erdogan. And how we reached this stage is we can trace it back to 2013, when the mass Gezi protests took place in summer 2013, and then the corruption investigation later that year. President Erdogan decided in these two incidents, two events, that he didn't get enough support from his own party. In both events, he realized that some of the heavyweights in his party were ready to sacrifice him for the future of AK Party. That's why he increasingly lost his trust to his fellow founders of AK Party, and left with almost none of them at the moment. So now he's this referendum will give him the opportunity to consolidate power. But how is he going to do further consolidate power? You need mechanisms in order to do that. And when you look at the decision-making mechanisms inside the government at the moment, you don't necessarily see official mechanisms like cabinet, prime ministry, ministries, or National Security Council, other state institutions. but you mostly see different networks around President Erdogan. Like some ministers, some presidential advisors, his family members, some business circles, and in this line, the most important, the rising star of the AK Party, people around President Erdogan is his son.